What is up, book nerds? NFL Week 0 power rankings. Let's go. Let's start off with this out. Let's just get this out of the way. Colts, I have no clue what to do with your QB room. Anthony Richardson, Daniel Jones, that is trash. Titans, y'all don't look a lot better. Cam Ward and Calvin Ridley could be a scary duo, but I'm also worried about the depth of that wide receiver group. And you don't have much else going for you. Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence is questionable. You did add some nice additions, but in the AFC, y'all are easily buried. Broncos, this is a team that I'm actually really high on. I think they could have one of the best defenses in the league, and I think if Bo Nix takes a leap in year 2, they could easily be a Super Bowl contender. Chiefs, Travis Kelce just got engaged to Taylor Swift, meaning the refs might be at their worst at rigging. Or it might mean that Travis Kelce officially gives up, and the Chiefs finally don't make an AFC championship. So Raiders, I'll throw them in C tier because I do like Pete Carroll as a coach. Ashton Dente, I think, might be one of the best running backs in the league, and he better not fail with that much hype. Chargers, B tier, I'd say. This team, I like their offense, but they also are always choking. You see Cowboys, C tier. Jerry Jones needs to fire himself because if you don't have Micah Parsons on the field in your first game of the season against the reigning Super Bowl champions, you might be screwed. Granted, I'm recording this a bit before the first game of the season because I'm going to be at a watch party and I got classes the next day. So I'm assuming the Eagles whoop the Cowboys. If the Cowboys somehow miraculously beat the Eagles and they win by a decent margin, then I'm going to look like a fool. I will make a post about that if that's the case. Giants. I'll start in F tier. Then I might be able to move up to D tier because honestly, this team, I don't think it. This is not the worst case scenario because Jackson Dart looks like a dog. So we might have a quarterback. Granted, we have the worst schedule in the league, so that might kill us, even if this is a good season. Bills, the Bills are the Bills. They'll always be a strong AFC contender as long as Josh Allen's their quarterback. And Commanders, I'm betting on Jaden Daniels not getting the CJ Stroud treatment and having a big sophomore slump. If he can stay up to par, I think this team could easily make it back to the NFC Championship. The Bears, I'm sorry, I put you like the top of D tier because the NFC is so deep, and I just don't think the Bears. Maybe Ben Johnson is a huge surprise that the Commanders were last year, but I need to see it to believe it because I've drinking the Kool-Aid way too many times with this team. Let's see, Lions. I'll put them in A tier because that loss to the Commanders in the division round really has me questioning. Now that they lost both their coordinators, I'm questioning them even more. So I need to see what they can do. Packers, they have 5 wide receiver 2s. Maybe Matthew Golden turns into wide receiver 1. I don't know. But they are consistent playoff contenders. Then I'll also throw in the Vikings. I'm basically betting on JJ McCarthy being good. Because if he's bad, this team could easily drop down to D tier because we saw what happened the last time they won 13 games, and the following season they only won 6. I'm worried that could happen again. Falcons, they might be high C, low B, because Michael Penix looks all right. Coppins is supposed to break out for like the 5th season. He was supposed to do that. And that's that offense looks actually really good. Panthers. You haven't done anything convincing to get me to put you above D tier. I need to see this team win 8 or 9 games before I can move them up to B or C tier because this team has just consistently been the same thing over and over again. And the Saints, I'm just expecting a flop. Like, I'm not as low as most people would be on this team, but also I have no reason to have hope. Bucks, B tier. It's kind of like a worse fate compared to like the Bills or like the Ravens because they'll always make the playoffs. It's better than the Steelers version. They'll always make the playoffs, but I don't know if they can compete deep because Baker Mayfield, he hasn't made it to an NFC championship, and I'm worried about his ability to do so. In the same way I'm worried about Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson's ability to make it to a Super Bowl. Cardinals, they're like the best team in D tier. Kyler Murray is inconsistent. Mark Harrison Jr. is supposed to break out this year, and they have arguably a top 3 tight end in the league. Other than that, there's not much else to get excited about. Dolphins, C tier. I think they have one of the most overrated coaches in the league, one of the most overrated quarterbacks, and a very solid wide receiver core, and a pretty good front seven. Rams, I'll put them in A tier. With Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua, this offense could be deadly. You bring in Micah Parsons and bring Aaron Donald out of retirement, this is a Super Bowl contender. So the Niners, put them in B tier because when Christian McCaffrey is healthy, this team makes it to the Super Bowl, but they lost a lot. But they have the easiest schedule in the league, so they may be able to just walk into the playoffs. So there's a lot of question marks. This is the team that could easily go either way. Seahawks, I'll throw them in C tier. Sam Darnold is playing behind a much worse offensive line than he had in Minnesota, and I'm worried that might tank his season. Then Patriots, I'll also throw them in C tier because this team, they can make it to the playoffs with Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel is a very good coach, and his Patriots team has been getting consistently better year in, year out, but I need to see it. Then Jets, D tier. The Jets have always been the Jets. They've been cursed since I've been in existence. And I live in the tri-state area, and it's a notify when I upload next. I'll see you in the next one. Please subscribe. We're on a road to 300 subscribers. We are so close. If you just hit that like and subscribe button, it would mean the world to me. Let's go. Let's start off with the South. Let's just get this out of the way. Colts, I have no clue what to do with your QB room. Anthony Richardson, Daniel Jones, that is trash. Titans, y'all don't look a lot better. Cam Ward and Calvin Ridley could be a scary duo, but I'm also worried about the depth of that wide receiver group. And you don't have much else going for you. Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence is questionable. You did add some nice additions, but in the AFC, y'all are easily buried. Broncos, this is a team that I'm actually really high on. I think they could have one of the best defenses in the league, and I think if Bo Nix takes a leap in year 2, they could easily be a Super Bowl contender. Chiefs, Travis Kelce just got engaged to Taylor Swift, meaning the